Hello, humans! Today is Thursday, January 31st. It's the last day of January. I feel like there have been 87,000 days of January. This is like the longest month ever. But it's almost over. Not that it matters. February is just another month. Today was the coldest day of the year so far. It was very cold, but everyone got through it. We just had to limit the time that the dogs spent outside, and we had to make sure that they had access to get inside if they needed to. But we only have 10 kennels that have access to outside in the barn out of the 16 for like going in Flatfield and Puppy Hill. So the rest of the time the dogs went like in the arena, and we'd only have them in there for like 10 minutes max because it's been like 2 degrees all day. All the poop freezes so fast, so then I have to get the big ice chipper and then chip the poop out of it. But it's been fine. When I had to clean Kennel 10 today, I just left all of the teenies just loose in the barn because it's warm there, and they are very good at trying to get into trouble. So I tried to make sure that everything was like up off the ground, and luckily recycling day was this morning, so all the recycling was out of the barn so that they couldn't grab all of the like used water bottles and stuff from the recycling bin. The dogs, I feel like they don't even notice that it's cold out. Like this morning I had Rigel and Pluto on Flatfield, and they did not have access to their kennels because their kennels on Puppy Hill side. So we kept checking in with them, and then I decided, like, okay, it's time to come in. So I'm calling Rigel, like, Rigel, and she looks at me and she's like, I'm having fun out here. Why do you want me to come in? So eventually I needed to leash her because I was like, it is too cold for me with a jacket on. It's too cold for you. So then she came in. So I don't think they notice that it's really cold. I mean, the Danes have really short fur and like no body fat, so you'd think the cold would affect them a lot. But I mean, they run around, they still play, they don't whine. I haven't seen a single dog shiver today, including the teenies, which is funny because they're the smallest, so you'd think they'd be the most susceptible to being freezing. Let's see. We had the biggest pile of clean laundry today, so I didn't have time to fold it, and Shayna didn't fold it until probably like 45 minutes ago. But I've been keeping up with just doing the laundry all day, so I had this giant pile of clean laundry today, which was kind of funny because at least it wasn't dirty. Let's see. We have a couple dogs in heat right now, and Walter will not stop howling. And Gromit was here last night and left today. And him too, like, they would not calm down. They're like, let me at this female. But we're not breeding anyone right now, as far as I know. So it's just like, sorry boys, you need to calm down, it's not your turn. But it's funny. Walter, on a normal day, just barks the whole day. But today it was howling. He kept going outside to howl, so I needed to call him inside to yell at him. But he's a good boy. Trip was here. Trip's real name is Sir Richard, but his mom calls him Trip. he's a whiny boy too. He is gonna be a stud dog, but he's only like 10 months old and he's small for his age, I feel like. Even though he has giant feet, so he's gonna be big. But like he doesn't seem to know that he's a stud yet, which is good. So I think he's just following Walter's lead and howling like, oh, is this how I get home? I make a lot of noise and then Megan takes me home. Let's see. How is it breathing in this cold weather? You can feel it in your lungs. Whenever I've been outside, I've been wearing this. It's a hat with like a mask over it. So my breathing's been fine. But like when you breathe in the cold air, it like hurts a little bit.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
The ice begins to chunk around in there.
Yep.
It's not that way over here.
Yep. With the hat and mask on, like all that's showing is my eyes. And like I come inside and like there's little crystals formed on my eyelashes.
Oh.
It's very cold.
Can you imagine those people that ran that race?
I cannot.
50 degrees below zero?
Mm-mm.
Unbelievable. Did Wade? Wade is not here today.
He is not here today.
Not here today. That's why we're out of the fourth.
Yep.
We'll make it.
I cannot think of anything I need down at the barn. I'll let you know. For once, we're okay on blankets. I always have to steal them from the house or something, but we're fine right now. Those teenies are very funny. So for lunches, I give them their lunch individually, and today was day 2 of learning how to wait at the feeder. And they did not like that they now have to learn how to wait. Like, what do you mean I can't eat my food right away? So day 2 went a lot better than day 1.
How many are you working on at once?
I do one individually for lunches.
Oh, okay. That's a good thing.
Yeah. It's a lot more control that way.
That's correct. So you figured that out all by yourself. That would take too much.
Yeah. Which one? I think it was Apple. She, like, the second time I said wait today, she, like, got it. Which was very good. I don't know. She's learning. The rest of them, they're learning too, but they're still hungry. If anyone's wondering, the kennels in the barn are warm. I've been in all of them today. I was sweating in a bunch of them. So the dogs are warm. They each have at least 3 blankets.
I think they're warmer than my house.
Yeah, they probably are warmer than your house.
Seriously.
Yep.
Put this in there.
Yeah, no.
Let's see.
She helps you train, like talking to feeding and
Don't do that.
I don't really think anything else fun went on today. Oh, because it's so cold out, leaving dogs in a field for more than 10 minutes wasn't a good idea. So I brought a couple pairs down to the barn to run, so that they got some exercise. I mean, they all have kennel runs that are attached to their indoor kennel that they can run in, but I think they like being in a field better sometimes. It's just a change of scenery that like pumps them up. So all the dogs are doing well on this cold day. The donkeys too. Tracy and Hannah were doing the donkeys this morning. The insulators on the water buckets seem to be really working.
It is working?
Yeah. There was like a thin layer of ice on top of I think there's 4 insulated ones. So there was a thin layer of ice on 3 of them, and then on the 4th one there wasn't like any ice on top of it. Whereas the white buckets that don't have anything were frozen solid.
Really?
So I was impressed.
Good.
So
Flossie
it's
didn't
working.
get
That's wonderful.
them.
Flossie did
didn't
not.
Get them again.
Yeah. So I think the problem was when Keegan first put it on the bucket, he didn't put the top piece on, which is what holds it to the bucket.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it just slides right off.
Yeah.
So now it's
Well, also
secured.
the dogs kind of got used to it.
That's
They probably
true.
understand by now that it works.
Yeah, donkeys are smart. Let's see. Could I use more insulators? That is definitely a Carlene Tracy question. I just look at the donkeys and admire them.
Okay, were any of the buckets empty? The water buckets?
No.
Then we don't need any more.
All right. Then no. Perfect.
The other thing I think we're going to try next is to have a bottle with just plain water in it, not quite full, so it floats around the top, and it may keep that water from freezing. That's our next experiment.
I like these experiments. They're fun. All right. I'm going to sign off now because there's no more questions. Have a good night.